Hey everyone, welcome. It's Mike Anderson with Let'sGetPaid.com. Now I'd like to introduce you to my first full-scale rehab as a full-time real estate investor. Now before we get into the details of this home, I'd like to give you a backstory on my journey of becoming a full-time real estate investor. Now I moved to Texas back in 2012. I worked for a really big company as a production supervisor for 8 years. Now during that time I had business ventures to branch me out and being independent. I started with network marketing, then I transferred over to drop shipping, which I did very well. Now, along with a lot of people across the world, I was affected by the pandemic as well in 2020, almost shutting my drop shipping business completely down. At that point in time, I knew it was time for me to branch in what I really wanted to do long term, which was real estate. Now, I jumped into real estate by wholesaling. I did wholesaling for about a year. I did close a couple of deals, but what I really wanted to do was get into flipping homes, holding homes, the full-scale real estate investor. As I was building my buyers list, I ran across the Let's Get Paid model. That model taught me how to fully scale my real estate business and add value to the real estate market in full, in entirety. Not only to add that value, but by adding that value, I was able to increase my profit margin. So now that you know my backstory on how I became a full-time real estate investor, I'd like to show you what we're doing with this house. Come take a look. The homeowner spent a really long time in this home. This was his family home. His parents purchased this home back in 1972. So over 40 years of living in this house. So after we purchased the property, we had to help the homeowner transition to a better living situation. But to do that, we had to clear 40 plus years of belongings out of the home. So we weren't able to actually see what we were going to do with the infrastructure, if anything. Now, once we actually took occupancy of the home, we were able to see what we wanted to do structurally, and we left everything the same, as you'll see. Even though we didn't have to change the infrastructure of the house, like I said before, this is a 1972 build. So there was a lot of updating that had to come with this home. Changing the light fixtures, ripping out the cabinets and replacing all new cabinets, taking the sliding glass door from the back and replacing them with French doors, and replacing all of the flooring in the entire house. Now, as we walk through the home, you can see that we had to do restroom updates, updating the bathroom to new build status, right? Now, one question you may ask, Michael, what was the biggest issue that you ran into in the rehab of this home? And I'll tell you. Now, the homeowner had an extremely bad standing water issue in the back corner of the home, which caused mold to grow all along the back side of the walls in this bedroom. So not only did we have to fix the leak on the outside of the home to keep water from entering the house, we had to treat the home and then replace by cutting out all of the molded drywall and putting new drywall back in there. Now, thank you for taking the time to come check out this property. Now, obviously, it's still in full-scale rehab, but I want you to check back with me in a couple of weeks when we complete this rehab, get it staged, and placed on the market. And remember, let's get paid. Let's get